Hi, I'm Renee Gravick and welcome to my kitchen in Victorville, California. Today I'd like to make for you an appetizer that I call Mexicali onion puffs. And I'll talk to you a little bit about the ingredients that I have today. Of course I have the Philadelphia cream cheese, and I have a little more than half of a package, or a little more than 4 ounces, maybe 6 ounces. And I have sweet onions. These are Texas 1015s, but you can use Vidalias or Oso sweets. I love Vidalias, but they're kind of hard to come by here in California. And then I have a little bit of pepper and some sea salt, some coarse sea salt. And that's to taste. It's about a teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper. You just pretty much, for that. And now that's going to be my filling. For my little crust that I have for my Mexicali onion puffs, I am using a biscuit that I bought in the grocery store, and they're the large ones, and I cut them into 8 pieces. If you use the smaller ones, you're going to want to cut those into 4 pieces, just enough to cover the bottom of your pan, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And then on top of that, I'm going to put some green chilies. These I happen to have made myself. They're just green chilies that I roasted outside on the barbecue grill and chopped them up. You can use a canned green chili, sweet or mild, hot, however you want. And then I have a Mexican 4 cheese blend of cheeses here, and they're shredded. Okay, it needs to be shredded pretty fine. It's about a cup of cheese. And now I'm going to, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my make my filling. And I have the butter in here. It's about 2 ounces of butter. I forgot to tell you about the butter. And I already have the salt and pepper in here. I'm going to add my cream cheese and my beautiful onions. And I want about 1/4 of a cup of these sweet onions, because it is called an onion puff, so you want to be able to taste the onion. You just don't want the onion to bite you back. Alright, and I'm going to pop these in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Depending upon your microwave, you may want 20. You just want to soften everything up really good so you can mix it. Now what you're going to do for your little crusts is you're going to just take the 1/8 of a piece of the biscuit here, and it takes 3 biscuits to do, with these size of course, to do 24. The recipe itself makes 36 or more depending upon how generous you are with the filling. And I'm just squishing these into the bottom so that they kind of cover the bottom, and they will puff up and cover the bottom just fine. So I have 2 pans of these ready to go as far as the little biscuits, and that's all it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be beautiful. This is just the bottom crust. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a whisk, and I'm just going to whisk the butter and Philadelphia cream cheese and my sweet onions and salt and pepper together. I love the Philadelphia cream cheese because it puffs up in this recipe, and it's just a great ingredient for anything, appetizers. It's just wonderful and yummy. Okay, so there, that's done. That's what it looks like. You can't really see the onions, but you can smell them. They're in there. And then I'm going to get just a little teaspoon, and I'm going to take and just scoop a little bit. You don't want too much, just a little bit of the onion mixture with the Philadelphia cream cheese to make our onion puff. You can see here that that's really all I'm putting in there, not too much. And this recipe would be really good if you want to double it, triple it, go crazy for a large party or a small party. We just celebrated Cinco de Mayo here in California. It's a pretty big deal, sort of like St. Patrick's Day, and I always like to make something that's festive, and I just think that these little Mexicali onion puffs with the Philadelphia cream cheese, it's like a little fiesta party in your mouth when you eat them, and with the chilies and the cheese on top, nice and brown, they're just beautiful, and they're easy to make. They're pretty quick, and you can make them in advance. You can make these and put them in your refrigerator in an airtight container or a Ziploc baggie, and then just Pop them in the oven at 300 for about 10 minutes. They look like so far. We've got the biscuit on the bottom, then the cream cheese puff mixture with the Philadelphia cream cheese on top of that. And then on top of that, I am going to add just a little bit of some spice. And this is, these are called mild chilies. I don't know why I labeled them mild, but they're really not that mild. But we like some heat, they're good. You can use whatever kind of chili you like, mild, hot. You can even use red chilies if you want. I'm using green chilies today, and I'm just putting about a quarter of a teaspoon of these in there because you just want a little bit of zip, but you don't want it to be crazy. Or maybe you do want it to be crazy, it just depends. Anyway, this one. Here we have one pan done. Now that's what it looks like. We have biscuit crust, the Philadelphia cream cheese onion puff filling, a little bit of green chili on top of that, and then on top of that we're going to put a little bit of our cheese. And what this is going to do is it's going to brown up and it's going to look really pretty. It kind of hides that chili that's in there. Makes it more like a surprise. See, I'm just taking a little pinch of this and then just putting it down on top of each one. I have my oven heating right now at to 375 degrees. Already they're looking really good. We have, again, our biscuit on the bottom, filling in the middle, the green chilies, and then I put the cheese topping on it, just a little bit of this cheese, and I'm going to neaten it up so it's not all over my pan. And you see how fast those were? We've made a dozen already, and I'm going to go ahead and put this dozen in the refrigerator, or in the refrigerator, not in the refrigerator, but you could put them in the refrigerator if you wanted to, but they wouldn't get cooked that way. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in the oven, and I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, so we're back, and I have plated my beautiful mexicali onion puffs, and they just turned out really good, and I can hardly wait to dig into these. What I've done is I put them on here with a little bit of salsa, and that's optional, but it does brighten. Oh, it's really good. So you want to try one without, and then try one or two or three with. So I'm going to put a couple of them on my plate here. I think maybe 3 would do it. Oh, look at that. And I'm going to put a little bit of salsa just right in the middle. I could just keep going with these, oh, it's really good. Now, they're best served warm. You can definitely eat these at room temperature, no problem. And if you do reheat them, if you make them ahead, all you have to do is turn your oven to 300 and pop them in there for about 10 minutes once the oven's heated up. And they'll be good to go. Look at that. That is just so beautiful. It's a party in your mouth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is good. The cream cheese and the chilies and and that biscuit. I mean, look, that little biscuit, you can't even tell that that was done in layers, but we know that it was because we saw it done. It's really good. You guys are going to love it. Thanks for watching. Bye.